Over the last 6 to 8 months, what has happened? Right before the trial, they add a charge. What charge might they add, especially if Johnny Somali acts up? Because we have information based on his pattern of behavior that we've well established. And by the way, he would go to jail even if he appeals. Even if he appeals.
Guys, this isn't just another controversy anymore. This is the final round. For months, Johnny Somali has been stirring chaos in South Korea, live streaming provocations, posting incriminating videos of himself, and acting like the law couldn't touch him. But on October 29th, the court session isn't just another hearing. Korean media are calling it the critical session. This is where his fate gets decided. Anything from a massive fine to several years behind bars is now on the table. Right now, the entire internet is watching one thing: Johnny Somali's sentencing. Just think about it. A streamer who's been uploading every single one of his own crimes to the internet. Before the Korean police or the courts could even react, he basically tightened the noose around his own neck. So this video is going to be different. It's about Johnny Somali's sentencing and the next trial update. Stay tuned until the end, because you're going to be shocked. As you already know, Johnny Somali is now very close to sentencing. His time is over. Once, Johnny Somali bragged that he had plenty of time to think about escaping and manipulating people.
That's what just got guaranteed today. What? They're gonna say I'm coping in season. 3 more months of freedom. Hell yeah. 3 more months of freedom. 3 more months of freedom. What's up, you guys?
But now, that time is completely gone. The whole world is actually watching Johnny Somali's every move. It's turning into one of the biggest exposures on the internet.
I guess people like to see drama and hate content at this point, but people are addicted to my story. Like, literally. Like, they're like, when's the next update? When's the next Johnny video? When's the next? Obviously, people can say all publicity is not good.
Some people say Johnny Somali is overrated. But in reality, the world wants to see how an IRL criminal streamer ruined his own life. Usually, streamers like this escape consequences, but this time, people want to see justice. They want this type of IRL streamer to be punished properly. That's why everyone is focused on this saga, how South Korean authorities are treating a criminal streamer and whether they'll send him to prison for a long time. Right now, Johnny Somali is seeing all of this and reportedly trying to escape. South Korean authorities have also picked up on this behavior. If Johnny Somali acts or behaves criminally before his next trial, the situation will become far worse for him. This is exactly where the legal mindset comes in, and in this video, you'll find out why.
What has happened every single trial pretty much over the last 6 to 8 months? What has happened? Right before the trial, they add a charge. What charge might they add, especially if Johnny Somali acts up? Because we have information based on his pattern of behavior that we've well established that he is about ready to act up. He is sending signals that he's acting up, that he's ready to act up. He's on the precipice. He's on the cusp of acting up. And there's a very specific thing that it looks like he's planning to do. A very specific thing and a very predictable thing that he looks like he's about to do.
Johnny Somali is actually doing everything he can to escape, manipulate the court, the prosecution, and all the people who want him to face consequences. Remember, there was a time when Hank Yu and Johnny Somali acted like Johnny Somali was completely innocent and had never attacked or physically harmed anyone. What South Korea did to Johnny Somali isn't actually fair, nor does Johnny Somali deserve it, at least according to what Hank Yu and Johnny Somali claim. If you don't remember, just watch. You'll see.
Tell me it's okay to physically assault Ramsey?
I never touched anybody. I never touched
assault an American citizen who never assaulted anyone or
in 2 years of streaming, I've never touched anybody.
So guys, I want to ask you a question. Do you have an answer to Hank Yu's argument? If anyone can beat the logic of Johnny Somali and Hank Yu, leave it in the comments. This way, we can see how delusional and disgusting they really are. They literally refuse to acknowledge their own criminal activity and don't even understand what a crime truly is. As I said, Johnny Somali's sentencing is coming up soon. I'll say more about that later, but first, watch this for the latest update on Johnny Somali's next trial and how many years he is still likely facing. So, what's the latest update from the prosecution?
So right now, we've got these, but they can always add more. They can always add more. We've got 4 obstruction of business, 2 minor crimes, all of which he's pled guilty to, which, by the way, these 4, the max is 12 years. The max is 12 years. It's not, if this new charge gets added, the max is life. The max is life. But for now, on paper, it's still 12. So, and mind you, if he gets additional count, this is just going to get closer and closer to the minimum. So these are the sentencing guidelines. So right now, the sentencing guideline dictates he gets at least 4 years and 9 months by default. So at least 4 years, 9 months. That's what the default is, just based on what he's got right now. And then the max is 12. And by the way, he would go to jail even if he appeals. Even if he appeals, he would go to jail pending that appeal.
So, as you've heard from a legal perspective, South Korean authorities are literally shutting down all remaining options for Johnny Somali to escape prison. Even now, Johnny Somali is acting like a criminal by uploading his own criminal content once again. Just think about his behavior. He knows he's a convicted criminal, but he's still making money from his criminal evidence on YouTube. How disgusting is that? How disrespectful is that to the law? Johnny Somali clearly does not care about the law, and that's exactly why authorities are taking such strict action. He even admitted before that he thinks South Korean law is a joke. Nothing else matters to him.
The Korean legal system is not as strong as people think and perceive it to be. It's really like, if you, like, even the dude that punched me in the face.
So, if the court and judge see all of this, they will realize that Johnny Somali is still doing the things that South Korean law explicitly warned him not to do. But Johnny Somali didn't stop. The reaction from Johnny Somali and the judge is actually like wildfire from the beginning, because Johnny Somali is the kind of person who literally threatened the judge and even the judge's mother.
Tell the judge you can suck my I'll bring a fish to your mother's house.
People don't even dare to talk about a judge just so they don't get punished heavily. And this guy talked about the judge's mother. Like, what did the judge's mother ever do to him? Johnny Somali might think that the South Korean judge and prosecution would feel sad or mentally affected when they see this kind of humiliation from him. But actually, it's only making the judge angrier at Johnny Somali. Now, just imagine what could happen when sentencing time arrives. As you know, Johnny Somali's next trial is coming up, and his sentencing is reportedly the last major court decision of this year. It's shaping up to be a total disaster for him. But is Johnny Somali even thinking about all of this? He clearly isn't considering South Korean law, how he could face consequences, or just how harsh they could be. He believes South Korea won't keep him in jail for long, and if they do, it'll be a very short time, just like in Japan. Then, after that, he expects an easy deportation to another country, where he can cause even more chaos. And it doesn't stop there. Johnny Somali has said multiple times that he knows what he's doing is not right, but at the same time, if the South Korean government punishes him, he thinks that would also not be right for him.
Got the most views. I became the most infamous. But to charge me with all these like minor crimes and like lock me in this country for months for doing that, I feel like is still not right. I feel like it's both. I don't think I'm right, and I don't think the government right here is right. I'm a nuisance. I'm not gonna act like I'm perfect. I just feel like I'm antagonized and demonized, like, and canceled to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm insensitive to cultures. I went to Japan. I made fun of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Made fun of the statue in Korea. But should people try to kill me over that?
So, Johnny Somali, you said yourself that people shouldn't kill you over what you did, but later you also said you don't think you should face consequences. I just want to ask, are you actually trying to make us fools? If 1 million people were to vote, apart from a few of your little fans, the rest would all say they want you to serve 50 years in jail, because everyone knows you will never change. And this type of act isn't fooling people anymore. Nobody's buying it. Later, Johnny Somali even said that everything he did was just entertainment, because according to him, he's an entertainer and a comedian.
Koreans that I've seen have been very upset.
Why are they taking it so serious? Why do you think?
Like, because it's kind of disrespectful and stuff.
You saw what I did in Korea, right?
Yeah.
The statue?
Yeah.
I look at myself, I'm just a comedian, I'm an entertainer, I'm here to entertain my audience. Like, you know Borat?
Yeah.
I look at myself like that. I feel like it's my story, it's my life, and I want to live it. And I don't like to be controlled. I have a problem with authority. And now I feel like these people on the internet that want to cancel me, I feel like they want to control me. They want me to sit down, shut up, be a boring content creator, be a boring live streamer, but I don't know, I want to be me.
So what do you find after seeing all of this? Johnny Somali has multiple tactics to defend himself. Sometimes he plays the card of being part of the black community, sometimes he calls himself an American citizen, and sometimes he claims he's mentally ill. And now, with his next trial date coming up, he is literally uploading his criminal videos online before the trial to challenge the judge and the prosecution. Just think about it. Johnny Somali clearly isn't thinking about the law. If he continues like this, he literally has no idea how badly he could be destroyed. So, guys, what do you think about all of this? Let me know in the comments.